I grew up in the Netherlands, and throughout most of my life, I was told by my parents, school, society in general to get a good degree so you can get a good job, so you'll earn a lot of money, and then buy a house, a car, go on frequent holidays, and that's the recipe for success. Work hard, play hard, and you'll be happy. So I worked hard, but the work wasn't meaningful. And I would dread Mondays because it meant I had to go back to work. Every morning I would wonder, why am I even doing this? And I would try to make up excuses not to go to work. Every day I would count the days until it was Friday. And then when Friday hit, I would play hard. A bit too hard, in fact. I went quite overboard on that one. I mean, everybody's looking for happiness, right? And so was I, but I was searching in all the wrong places. I was constantly chasing instant gratification. I was excessively drinking, smoking, doing drugs. At some point, I became addicted. And for a while, I would still be in bed, snoozing my alarm at midday, even during the week. I wouldn't do anything meaningful. I felt miserable and frustrated. I knew I didn't want my life to be like this, but for some reason I couldn't control it. No matter what I did, I couldn't seem to change it. Meanwhile, I let my parents down, my girlfriend, and ultimately myself. It was like I was fully controlled by the demands and desires of my mind, and I was just going along for a very unfulfilling ride. At this point, I didn't know what to do with my life. All I knew was that I needed a fresh start and decided to step out of my so-called comfort zone. So in 2017, I moved across the globe to Australia, and there I discovered the practice of mindfulness and meditation. And so I started meditating, and immediately I got more clarity. I felt calmer, more relaxed and focused. And that was all great, but I experienced something far more valuable. Through meditation, I learned to recognize that I am not my mind. I am not my thoughts, emotions, and desires. And I realized that what was in the way of me changing my life was me being controlled by my mind rather than the other way around. Rather than me being in the driver's seat, I let my mind drive my life for me, and it was driving right on the verge of disaster. My mind was giving me all kinds of stupid suggestions, and I simply acted on them. But recognizing that I was not my mind, I could distance myself from all the chaos in my life and see things as they really are, with real clarity. And once I got that clarity, I could take back the steering wheel and head into a different direction. One that would lead me to where I am today, because today I don't feel stressed anymore. I don't feel like chasing every shiny object. I don't feel lazy, distracted, out of control. I'm not feeling like I'm controlled by my mind anymore. I'm feeling like I am controlling my mind, my thoughts, my emotions, desires, which enables me to work in a disciplined way toward a higher purpose. Every morning I get out of bed knowing exactly what to do with my life. I'm in the right place, doing the right thing. And I don't dread Mondays anymore. In fact, I can't wait to be of service. In the Bhagavad Gita, there's a quote that really fascinates me, and it says, "For one who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy." So, if you've failed to conquer your mind will be your greatest enemy. That's a really powerful insight. And that's what happened to me. I was misled by ideas that are very popular today. The world is your oyster, so do whatever you want, or you only live once, so stimulate your senses as much as possible. But I realized that these are recipes for disaster. Doing whatever I wanted wasn't actually what I needed. In fact, what I thought I wanted was actually what my mind wanted. I really wanted to be happy, but my mind was in my way, and so it became my enemy. But once I developed some understanding of how the mind worked, I could start directing it, using it as a tool, as a friend, to do things that were useful and meaningful. But I could not have achieved such self-control without first developing self-awareness. Self-awareness meaning knowing exactly who I am, what my position is, what my function is. Once I developed clarity, I could see things as they are. I could see a worthwhile destination for my life. And then I could map out how to get there. And then become disciplined in my attempts to getting where I needed to be. And I recognized discipline equals freedom. What helped me to eliminate addiction, bad habits, procrastination, distraction, lack of fulfillment was to learn how to breathe and meditate, to learn to control my mind, my speech, my choices, my behavior. Once I knew how to do that, I felt like I had cracked the code to unlock success. First, by breathing slowly and deeply, I can regulate my autonomic nervous system, my respiratory system, and I will stay calm and focused even in situations that are physically or mentally demanding, which is crucial to making excellent decisions in life, because this ability can mean the difference between success and failure. And then by meditating every day, I could take that to the next level and understand that I can step back from my mind and I don't have to give in to all the demands and the desires that ultimately bring me down. Once I realized I am not my mind, I am not my thoughts, demands, and desires, I could distance myself from the chaos and remain untouched and see things as they are with real clarity. And once I got that clarity, I could get back into the driver's seat of my life, take control, and achieve success and meaning. If I would not have taken the steering wheel, my mind would have led me straight into the abyss. I would still be wasting time, doing dumb stuff, avoiding meaningful things, and deny myself the opportunity for a meaningful life. At first I was like, I'm not into that mind control, meditation stuff. That's boring to me. I can't sit still. I don't have time. I have better things to do, whatever. Boy, was I wrong. You don't have to go to a retreat or visit the yogis in the Himalayas. You don't need any yoga exercise to achieve these things. You can be the most spaced out person and learn how to do all this. I mean, look at me. I went from a weed-smoking, procrastinating couch potato to graduating among the top 1% at my university, then completing a PhD while running 2 businesses, and still having time for meditation, exercise, and other fun activities. All it comes down to is control your breathing, build a meditation habit, and practice controlling your mind. And I found that gradually I was able to make better decisions and avoid misfortune and do things that are remarkably effective for a successful and meaningful life.